No current or expired alerts from National Terrorism Advisory System. Snapshot around the region. No updates from the unaccompanied alien children in the Rio Grande Valley sector. No declarations are pending. No PDAs ongoing, and no new FMAGs. Now, look around the region. Got a lot of weather that Mark gets to tell us all about. All the states within Region 6 currently remain at normal operations, SOCs, as do we here in the region. No changes to the IMAX. However, over here in Longview, Texas, there was a 7-car train derailment which leaked unodorized propane gas. There's a voluntary evacuation of this entire area. And back to the map. Also, yesterday, Oklahoma Geological Survey had they believe that it's very likely the earthquakes are very likely triggered by the injection wells from the fracking. Not with the fracking itself, but with the disposal wells. I have attached their report to the documents attached to the bottom left-hand corner of the Adobe Connect screen. And here, just to give you an idea, there are the earthquakes in Oklahoma for the last 7 days. So those of us that deal with the earthquakes and the effects, we're probably going to get some questions. But for now, I'll turn it over to Mark, who's going to tell us all about the weather.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. As Bruno mentioned, we have quite a bit of weather to talk about FEMA 6 for the next several days, as we're going to have several different systems impact the area. For this morning, as we look at the radar, quite a bit of rainfall over Oklahoma. The heaviest of it is over southern Oklahoma. If you look closely there in the red and orange, that particular cell has been putting out golf ball size hail. This will continue to push on to the southeast through the morning and then weaken as it crosses the Red River, but it will leave some boundaries along the entire Red River Valley over southern Oklahoma, North Texas, and then even into the southern Texas Panhandle, and that's where the main threat for severe weather will be today. But that's just part of it. There's going to be actually a pretty large area, at least under a slight risk for severe weather over a good deal of Texas and southern Oklahoma. And also in the pink here over southern New Mexico, portions of West Texas, we do have a red flag warning for enhanced wildfire danger across that area for today. As we go ahead and take a look at the 5-day threat matrix, there you see the severe storm threat for today. The area over in the orange is along the Red River of Oklahoma and Texas, and the main threats for today will be damaging hail as well as damaging winds, and a few isolated tornadoes are possible. And then surrounding that from the Texas Panhandle into southern Oklahoma, southeast Texas, southern Arkansas, a good deal of Louisiana, slight risk for severe thunderstorms. And then for tomorrow, it's going to be mainly a slight risk area over central and east Texas, southern and central Louisiana. And then on Friday, very much that same area, but it's also going to expand northward to include about the eastern 2/3 of Oklahoma, as well as a good deal of Arkansas. And then what's left of that on Saturday, we could see a few severe thunderstorms over southeast Texas and southern Louisiana. And then on Sunday, another storm system is going to be impacting mainly the western regions of FEMA 6 to include western Oklahoma and West Texas with the potential for some severe weather. So we'll be monitoring that. Again, several systems that will be impacting us over into the weekend and then into early next week. So going on to the day one threats. Apologize for this in the kind of the orange area there along the Red River Valley. I had put that as marginal risk of severe thunderstorms, but that should actually be enhanced. So a little bit higher risk category as opposed to the slight risk, which you see there in the yellow, covering a good deal of Texas, southern Oklahoma, southern Arkansas, and Louisiana, and then the elevated fire weather threat over southern New Mexico. And then as we head into tomorrow and Friday, we're still going to be looking at a slight risk of severe thunderstorms, mainly over the eastern two-thirds of Texas, southern Louisiana for tomorrow. And then as we go into Friday, that expands into a good deal of Oklahoma and Arkansas. And again, throughout this entire risk period, we're looking at mainly damaging winds and hail, with, again, the lower threat for some tornadoes. The way the system is setting up, we're not looking for a tornado outbreak. It'll be mainly hail and damaging winds. And as we go on, take a look at the drought monitor. We'll have an update for this tomorrow for you, and we'll hopefully see a little bit of improvement as a good deal of the area has seen rainfall, so we'll see if that does cut into the drought index at all. And as we go ahead and take a look at the space weather, could see minor threat for some radio blackouts, but really doesn't look like that's going to be impacting the United States for today, mainly over into Africa and Europe. And so that's all I have for today. Bruno, I'll hand it back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. If anyone has any questions for the National Weather Service, try to type in the chat window. You're on the phone, go ahead and speak up. Hearing none, we will continue on. Look around the region for the events and the FRAP ongoing through tomorrow. Today, 1970, was the first Earth Day. An unrelated photograph to give you an idea of